Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most helpful tools that you pair with this right here. And they're going to take them lug nuts right off your vehicle. And this impact driver is not what I'm talking about. Today we're going to be unboxing my new Makita 1/2-inch impact wrench. I've been wanting one of these for quite some time now. This impact wrench is not brand new. I believe it came out sometime around July of 2020. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments section below. This is not considered their mid-torque impact wrench. Even though this has mid-torque numbers, they're definitely the lowest of all the mid-torque numbers. This is the Makita 18V brushless 4-speed 1/2-inch impact wrench with friction ring anvil. Its model number XWT14Z, has a 3-year warranty. This impact wrench has 240 foot-pounds of max fastening torque and 430 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque. It weighs 4 pounds with the battery, which is sold separate as this is tool only. And one of my favorite features is the size of this impact, which is one of the main reasons I got it. 5 5/8 inches long. Why don't we open her up? So, comes out of the box, just like my impact driver. I'm already loving the way this feels. It feels just like my impact driver. Also comes with standard tool lineup, which comes with every Makita tool you buy. We're up to 270 plus tools. I believe one of the first ones I bought, we were in the 225 tool range. Instruction manual. Warranty information. Now, this comes with a belt clip, and I worked in the automotive industry for a while. I took a lot of tires off vehicles, and when I think of this impact wrench, putting a belt clip on it is the last thing I think of, because I think of using this for taking lug nuts off my vehicle. That's the reason I bought it. And the last thing I want to do is have something on the side of this that if I end up hitting my vehicle with, it's going to scratch the paint. So this is going to be one of the few tools that I do not put that on. Let's get a weight tool only. As you can see, 2 pounds, 9.3 ounces. Let's do a comparison. This is my Makita XWT14 impact driver. Now this one I do have the belt clip on. So we'll do a weight with just that on, just to kind of give us an idea as to how much both of these weigh in comparisons. 1 pound, 15.7 ounces. You can see size-wise, they're about the same width. And the impact driver is not much smaller than the impact wrench. Obviously, I can tell that this is heavier on the top, but a 3-pound impact wrench, I think putting out 430 foot-pounds of braking torque, can't complain. I will be pairing this up with a 4 amp hour battery that I have. 3 pounds, 15.1 ounces. So they said 4 pounds with battery. I wonder if they're using a 4 amp hour battery, because that seems pretty darn close to me. One thing I did notice right off the bat, this impact wrench has a rubber piece back here, I think to help make the battery feel more snug. The reason I bring that up, the impact driver has nothing back there, it's just plastic. So it's not as quite a snug a fit. Alright, as you can see here, I've talked about this before. Key features that I think when you have an impact wrench, because I'm thinking automotive here. If you notice, they've got this is like a, feels kind of like a rubber boot here. And then it goes into this piece right here, which covers the bolts that you would take out. This is like a plastic piece. The rest of this impact driver, exposed areas, is all rubber. And then you go down here, your plastic battery. So what I'm saying is, they do a very good job of covering this up to protect it so that if you bang this against your car, you're not going to be scratching it. Speed 1 is 1000 RPMs. Speed 2, 1800 RPMs. Speed 3, 2600. And speed 4, 3200. Then if you want to look at the impacts per minute or hammer function, whichever you prefer to call it, Speed 1 is going to be 1800, speed 2 2600, speed 3 3400, and speed 4 4000 impacts per minute. So how this works, for starters, you have this nice light. You can turn the light off by hitting this button. You can turn it back on. It stays on for about 10 seconds after you let go. So if we turn that off, come down here, you've got 4 speeds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you've got this mode right here. This is the bolt mode right here. And what this does is when it's in that mode, you hit this and you've got 3 options. 3, 1, 2, 3. And what it does on speed 1, the tool will stop automatically as soon as it starts to impact when you're going clockwise. If you're going counterclockwise, the tool will stop impacting as soon as it feels the bolt or nut loosen up. On speed 2, the tool will stop automatically about half a second after it starts to impact, and it should stop automatically when you're going counterclockwise, loosening the bolt as soon as it breaks it loose. Speed 3, clockwise, after it impacts, it's going to impact for about 1 second and then it's going to stop. And counterclockwise, it will slow down the rotation after it loosens the bolt or nut. And then the last thing you got, this mode right here, what that does is that gives you full power or a variable speed trigger. So with full speed mode on, you in essence don't have a variable speed trigger. So when I turn this, I've got a little control, but not much. It's basically full power. I mean, see, I can start to... Now, when I turn that off, which you hold it for a few seconds, and it should go off. There we go. Now, I can put that in a little bit, and I've got a variable speed trigger. All right. Now, I'm sure you all want to know how much this costs. Currently, at Home Depot, this tool only sells for $182.54. When I checked today, it was sold out online. You can still buy it on Home Depot's website in a kit form. I believe it's $400 and some dollars. I don't remember exactly, but I'll check that out. And you can buy it tool only on Amazon for $182.60. You can also buy the kit on Amazon as well. Friction ring, I think, works really nice. It's not... There's a good amount of pull there. I mean, I can see it getting stuck on lug nuts. I've had lug nuts before pull them off a lot harder than this, but I think it's got pretty nice retention there. I like it. Goes on nice and easy. I definitely like it better than the pin style, which I believe you sometimes have to stick a tool in there to get them out. So I'm happy with the way this goes. There's one other feature on this impact driver that you might not know about. Let me know down in the comments section below if you knew about this. Glows in the dark. If you guys knew that this would glow in the dark, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure anybody who's a Makita fan would knows that they offer this on their impact drivers. This is personally the first one that I have that does it. I was surprised my XWT14 didn't have it, but I gotta say, that's pretty neat. How many of you knew that this ring right here on this Makita impact wrench glows in the dark? Now, the reason I said earlier that this was technically in the mid-torque classification, but Makita doesn't classify it as mid-torque, is because Makita just came out with a new mid-torque wrench, and I don't ever recall seeing this being classified as mid-torque. The new mid-torque wrench has 740 foot-pounds of nut busting torque and 520 foot-pounds of max fastening torque. If you remember, this one here has 430 foot-pounds of nut busting, 240 foot-pounds of fastening torque. But this one here weighs roughly 3 pounds, tool only, and the new mid-torque that they have weighs roughly 6 pounds. So there is a bit of a difference in size and weight. Enough with the specs, why don't we get to the real stuff you're here for. Alright, we'll see if we can demonstrate a few of these modes. So first, we're just going to bump this back to speed 1 and see what it can do. So as you can see, it doesn't really go that fast. Let's bump it up to speed 4. As expected, no issues at all on speed 4. So now we will test out, when we back this out, or the bolt mode on speed, we'll do speed 1 first. So did you see how that just stopped? That stopped all by itself. So that must be as soon as it felt that it was loose, that it was out of there, it just stopped right away. On speed 1, it's supposed to stop instantly, so I don't think we're going to get very far. Let's just test that theory. Yep. See how it didn't even go? It stopped. So then if you would do speed 2, it would do it after a half second. So that's really it, guys. We can put that on 2 and we'll just see if this has enough power. I have the mode on so that I don't have a variable speed. I mean, you can see that you're not supposed to have variable speed, but you still can. But when I take that off, see how much slower I can get it to go? You just have a little bit better control over it. But this is full power on speed 2. Let's see what it does. So I think that would have pushed it in no problem. We'll do speed 3. Nope, I don't want that on. No issues at all. And just for fun, let's do it on the screw again just to see if it shuts off. Yep. See how it gave it less power? That way it doesn't, it's supposed to do that so that it doesn't fling that bolt across. That's on speed 3. So if we would have left it on speed 2 would shut it off right away. See how it killed it? So now you guys can kind of see how the modes work on it, and you can imagine if you're putting like doing brakes on your car or something where that would come in handy. Why don't we go see if we can take some lug nuts off. Alright, now considering I bought this impact wrench for taking off my lug nuts, I don't have anything that I can technically test out to see if your 430 foot-pounds of nut bust and torque is accurate. But these lug nuts have been on my truck for about 6 months now. So we got a lot of salt up here, and I got a sneaking suspicion that they are going to be on there a little bit harder than they're supposed to. This truck, because it has aluminum wheels, it's supposed to be torqued to 97, and I currently have this torque wrench set at 90 or at 100 to see how accurate this might be. Right away. So I would say that these are for sure at least at 100. I'm going to bump this up to 110. So as you can see, even at 110, it's going right away. 140 foot-pounds. All right. So what we're going to do, we'll put the impact on now. We'll try it out on speed 1 and see if it can break that loose. All right, as you can see, speed 1. I highly doubt it's going to do anything. All right, speed 2. Speed 3. So it appears that Speed 3 takes these off no problem. So I would say it's safe to say Speed 3 being 2600 RPMs and 3400 beats per minute, you can take these lug nuts off. And yes, for any of you wondering, this is a 2014 Toyota Tundra. The review for this is going to be coming up, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss the notification. Well, that was fun. If any of you are tired of hurting your back, jerking your back, putting pipes on breaker bars, or if you're like me, you gotta put a few wrenches on top that breaker bar in order to break those lug nuts loose, I would highly recommend you get one of these. This does exactly what I want it to do. I'm sure it can do a lot more than take lug nuts off your vehicles. That's the only purpose that I have for it as of now. I'll definitely use this when I put lag screws in instead of using my impact driver, because let's face it, it's a lot easier on the impact wrench. And if you have this impact driver and one of the competitions, let me know down below how you think this one compares to them. I really like the fact that it's so small, lightweight. I really like the compact, lightweight design. And of course, you guys know that I really like Makita and the technology that they have. Thank you all for watching. As always, we'll see you next time.